someone just asked, are there any specific benefits for the auto industry when moving to S4HANA? Think of anything?
It's not only auto industry, it's for every industry, there is some benefit, right? If you're an auto industry, and I can take examples of BMW here, they have got multiple ECC versions today. They also have some S4 versions. They have tons of cloud software that they're using. Just think of, if you're an auto industry, you have the dealers and they have their own software. What happened during COVID? People could not go into a shop to buy a car, but the people still virtually bought a car. Which companies do you think won? The companies which had a fantastic digital presence, where they could do a 3D image of the car, show you sitting in the car, show you all the features. If you can't do that today, you're out of the game. So you need that. Right? Similarly, think of buying a car experience. How easy is the experience of buying a car? It's actually quite shitty, You spend such a lot of money for buying a car, and what you get is you get to a dealer, and if you're lucky, you can get to drive a car for 1 hour and make a decision, worth $50,000 of buying a car. And then you don't get a car with your own seat color you want. You do not get the color outside. You're forced into features. You get forced into features that you don't need. And the timelines are ridiculous. How many people get a car on the day they were promised? Hardly anybody.
Right. So it's a competitive advantage, really.
Yes.
Going S4 is giving you a competitive advantage over other ones that aren't.
Major, because you are able to look at, as soon as someone is a customer is on the website trying to decide a car, you can look at your plan and tell the customer, you know what, if you order in the next 15 minutes, I'll come in the car and it'll be outside your door tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Imagine that experience the customer is going to get if he knows that he punches the car details here.
Yeah.
His trade checks will all get done. His old car will get picked up and new car will deliver outside his door in the morning.
Yeah. I've always said it's all about following the data. If you can't follow the data, then it's, that's kind of what S4 is. It's like simplifying everything so that everything is going to be integrated, that you can see it, that you have a competitive advantage versus, more of a closed in, you're, not using everything or you can't see everything. I think that's one of the biggest problems. Like things aren't connected, systems aren't connected. And the auto guy said, is there any specific add-ons or compatible to S4HANA within the auto industry? So everything is pretty much add-on, I think. If you want, you can add on anything.
And they've got industry cloud. So if auto has industry cloud, it'll obviously work. If there are certain features of the auto which is working in ECC, which doesn't work on S4, I don't think that is existing. You might have something called incompatible view. And compatible view is again a new word, which means that the same ECC code will work in S4HANA until SAP gives you an equivalent S4HANA code base. So anything typically works in ECC should work in S4HANA.
Because doesn't it have to be all Unicode over?
Yeah.
I learned that on another book. That migration has to be in Unicode. I was like, what? So
yeah. So I think for auto industry, there are not only auto industry, for any industry, there are lots of benefits. And that's one of the reasons why you guys go and get this book, because this book is about, I don't know how fat it is. It's got business case, it's got a it's got a huge amount of information, and it does have some industry cloud. We haven't covered auto here, but we do have covered something like retail. We've covered a few other industries in this, and I'm just trying to grab which industries we've covered here. Because it's important to understand that which industries. So energy and natural resources we have covered, service industry we have covered, discrete industry, consumer industry, financial services, and public services. So there are about 6 industries that we have covered in the book, which gives a flavor for the business user to understand and see what does S4HANA Cloud or S4HANA provide for the industry. And I'm pretty sure auto, there's a good coverage as well. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, so you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I can give you a little more pointers on auto if you really want, because it could, I could provide you to some of the links that SAP has or the industry cloud has.